Just moments ago, Britain witnessed the kind of political drama that only happens once in a generation. A mutiny that has blown open the old certainties and thrown Westminster into chaos. It started quietly, as hushed complaints among Labour MPs who had grown tired of Keir Starmer's cautious, scripted approach. They grumbled in hallways about how he had forgotten the party's working-class roots, how he avoided taking real stands on issues that mattered: immigration, national security, economic revival. But no one guessed those whispers would erupt into a full-scale revolt. And yet today they did. Several senior Labour MPs have officially defected to Reform UK, setting off shockwaves that are now rattling every corner of Parliament. This wasn't just another backbench protest or symbolic statement. It was a coordinated act of rebellion that lays bare the most serious crisis Labour has faced in decades. The timing couldn't be worse. As Reform UK surges forward with an unapologetic message, strict immigration rules, unshakable national sovereignty, and economic policies pitched directly to frustrated working people, Labour suddenly looks fragile, divided, and confused. Keir Starmer, once hailed as the safe pair of hands after the Corbyn era, is now being called out by his own MPs as a leader with no vision and no backbone. One by one, the defectors have stepped in front of microphones, their faces tight with determination, their voices low with anger. They have accused Starmer of abandoning the ordinary voters who built Labour into a powerhouse and of replacing their cause with cautious PR lines and empty slogans. The fallout inside Labour HQ has been nothing short of panic. Senior aides are reportedly pacing the corridors late into the night, desperately trying to count the numbers and guess who might leave next. Some strategists are warning that more defections could happen within days or even hours. In closed-door meetings, MPs who once campaigned side by side now glare at each other with suspicion and bitterness. Some feel betrayed by the colleagues who walked out. Others feel abandoned by the leadership that drove them to it. Online, it is even worse. Social media has exploded into a war of memes, hashtags, and furious arguments. #Labour collapse is trending alongside #Starmer crisis. Clips of defecting MPs making scathing statements about the party's hollow soul are going viral, while videos of Starmer's tense, unconvincing speeches are being picked apart by critics. You can almost feel the public's mood shifting. There is a restless energy, an anger that has been building for years, as promises were broken and voters felt ignored. For Reform UK, this is a moment of vindication they have been waiting for. Once dismissed as a fringe protest party, they are now becoming a genuine force with real seats, real power, and a message that resonates far beyond Brexit. Richard Tice, their leader, has already given interviews claiming this is just the beginning, that more MPs are quietly preparing to defect. Nigel Farage, never far from the action, is fanning the flames, saying that Britain is ready to throw out the old politics and build something new. And perhaps for many voters, that is the appeal. They are tired of leaders who dodge questions, of carefully worded pledges that never turn into action. Reform UK is offering blunt certainty in a time of national exhaustion, and the gamble seems to be working. Meanwhile, Keir Starmer is stuck in the most dangerous position of all. He looks neither strong nor honest. Even as he tries to appear calm, he is visibly rattled. He has given several statements insisting Labour will reunite and come back stronger, but his words sound forced. Behind the scenes, senior Labour figures are openly discussing whether he can survive this. What began as whispers about his leadership failures has become open talk of a challenge. The party is no longer simply trying to win the next election. It is fighting to stop itself from tearing apart. And while Labour struggles to hold the line, Reform UK is making inroads among working-class voters, former Labour loyalists who now see Starmer as part of the same polished, distant establishment they no longer trust. Even the Conservatives, watching from the sidelines, cannot afford to be complacent. Reform UK isn't only taking Labour's voters, it is also chipping away at the Tory base, especially in post-industrial areas, where people feel that no one speaks for them anymore. The two-party system, which has held Britain in a tight grip for over a century, is suddenly looking outdated. What happens next will decide not just the future of Labour, but the entire shape of British politics. If Reform UK can keep up this momentum, they will force every other party to rethink their strategies and their identities. Inside Labour HQ, the atmosphere is suffocating. Senior advisors know that every day brings more damage to the party's credibility. Every new defection is another headline, another reason for voters to look elsewhere. Labour's carefully crafted image of unity and discipline has collapsed. The cracks between centrist leaders and traditional grassroots supporters are now an open fracture, impossible to plaster over with rehearsed speeches. And still, the questions come. Who will be next to leave? How many MPs are already in secret talks with Reform UK? The stakes could not be higher. A general election looms on the horizon, and the party's very survival is at risk. If Starmer cannot repair this rift, Labour will enter the campaign as a weakened, divided force, while Reform UK presents itself as the authentic voice of ordinary people. That, more than anything, terrifies Labour strategists. Because once the story takes hold, that Labour has lost its soul, no amount of spin can bring it back. The next few weeks will be critical. Either Starmer finds a way to inspire and unite, or Labour will fracture even further, perhaps beyond repair. And so, in this moment of unprecedented political upheaval, the country stands on the brink of a new era, one where old certainties dissolve and voters demand something more than slogans. Whether Reform UK is ready to meet that demand remains to be seen. But tonight, one thing is undeniable. British politics has changed forever.